Hello again, hello. Well, welcome to another installment of the HTFL. We'll get started here in about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Yesterday I taped the game instead of doing a live stream because we have this little thing in the Gulf of Mexico called Ada that's rambling around. And it was a good thing I taped the game when I did, because as you might have saw if you were watching the game, the Washington Carolina game, the last minute or two we had a power flash or two, and we had a few right afterwards too. So it was a good thing that I was able to get the game in, and then I had to tape about a minute's worth to wrap up. So we're going to keep with that policy this week, and I'm just going to be doing these games on tape about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then presenting them to you at 7:30. Tonight we got a big one. We got Cleveland and New York, a couple of the heavyweights so far in the HTFL, so I'm kind of looking forward to that game. Other than that, not a heck of a lot going on in the world, other than we have apparently chosen a new leader, but there are press agencies and news outlets that have said, well, we don't think he won yet. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And it would be 2020 if we had one guy anointed president by the media, and then we had another guy come back and say, oh, not so fast. Oh, this happened. I win. So I look forward to that. Of course, the sports world winding down a little bit after the World Series, and there is no NHL and there is no NBA at the moment to speak of. I think the NBA might get started first, and the NHL will get started, and I guess it's kind of looking like it'll be January the way things are now. That they're not going to do Winter Classics on New Year's Day as they normally do, where they play at an outdoor arena, and then do they already canceled the All-Star game that they were going to play in the NHL this year, because by the time they got to it, they'd only be a few games old. So we'll get Cleveland and New York started here, folks. Stand by. Got about 25 seconds or thereabouts, and we will get the game started. Should be a good one. Cleveland and New York, that'll be a good matchup. We'll be getting underway in 7 seconds. It would help if I changed the slide. There we go. Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims proudly presents HTFL football today, or as you see this later on tonight. Oh, you could be seeing this tomorrow morning too. What do I know? Cleveland at New York. Cleveland 7-4. New York at 8-3. Very pleasant day to you. I am Big Paulie, and we're going to get another game started. We are now 2 games deep into week number 13, but you could say 7 if you count the 5 games we played in the recap show. We automatically played and showed the highlights. New York, a 3-point favorite. They are leading in the Eastern Conference at 8-3, and Cleveland 7-4, trying to hang on to their division league now that Baltimore has caught up. It is a 49-degree day, which is kind of balmy for New York in December. I'll be controlling New York. The computer will be controlling Cleveland. MetLife Stadium, the successor to the Giants Stadium in the Meadowlands, although this is not too far away from where Giants Stadium used to be. Otto Graham and Eli Manning, the quarterbacks. 2 Mannings in the top 5 in terms of passing rating, and we'll see if that holds up. Paul Brown and Bill Parcells, your coaches. New York, the only team that has a 3-4 defense. They are in blue, and Cleveland is in the white. Christie, Sanders, and Glenn back deep for the Giants, which are a combination of the Giants and Jets and the New York Titans and the New York Bulldogs and the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Yankees. Groza may have been hurt on the last play. Groza kicked off. Ludoto Groza, he's the kickoff man, and we'll check to see if he really did get hurt, or is the computer giving us fake news. No, Groza is out for the remainder of the game, so Cleveland will have to find another guy to kick off. It's 1st and 10 for the Giants at the 31. We'll set their lineup. Barber and Snell, your running backs. Sauer, Powell, your wideouts. Castor at tight end. Eli Manning out of Ole Miss, your quarterback. Brown, Snee, Mangold, Younce, who also doubles as the punter. He's at right guard, and right tackle is Marvin Powell. For Cleveland, it's Burnett, Gregory, Rimkus, and Shirk, your front four. Banks, Johnson, and Matthews at linebacker. Dixon, Minifield, Darden, and James are your defensive backs. And on 1st and 10, we'll give it off to old Tiki Gardens himself, Tiki Barber. That's a gain of 6 yards. And that sets up 2nd and 4. Tiki Gardens was a resort, not a resort, but like a landmark here in the Tampa Bay area when I was growing up. Tiki Gardens. It was out on Reddington Beach, which is in Pinellas County. So that's where Tiki Gardens comes from. We'll go to Sauer on the medium hitch, 2nd and 4. And that's going to be incomplete, but a marker.
Intentional grounding.
Oh, against Manning.
Number 10, 10-yard penalty, loss of down.
And that makes it 3rd and 14. So they will go medium out route, and they'll look to Powell. Powell, one of the New York Titans on this club. A sack, a fumble, recovered by Younce, and a loss of 6. So the Cleveland defense, underrated, comes up big on the first possession, and it is 4th and 20. Younce back deep to punt. Eric Metcalf back to return. Of course, his father Terry plays on the St. Louis Maroons. Through the magic of the HTFL.
Offsides, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Rimkus called for offside, so we'll take the penalty, and we will punt again, because the punt was not all that good. The wind is 0 to 10 mile per hour on a 49-degree day, and New York will have it for quarters 1 and 4. That's a much better punt. And another marker.
Illegal block. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
And they'll take that. So that's a much better result, as Banks called for the illegal block, and it's 1st and 10 for Cleveland. We have no score in the game, but we just got started. A minute 54 to go. Minute 54 played. We have 13:06 to go. Cleveland's offensive lineup: Jim Brown and Marion Motley at running back. Mitchell and Warfield, the receivers. Kellen Winslow Jr. at tight end. Graham, the quarterback. Thomas, Hickerson, Mack, Willis, and Schwartz, your offensive line. Now, keep in mind, New York plays a 3-4, so their front three is Strahan, Gastineau, and Weinmeister. Taylor, Huff, Carson, Lewis, your linebackers. And Rivas, Glenn, Patton, and Sanders are your defensive backs. We'll see what happens here. Cleveland going into the win, 1st and 10. This is going to be an end around the Bobby Mitchell. And Mitchell has a first down, and he's in the clear. He's at the 50, and he is tackled at the 48 after a 28-yard play. Thomas is injured, and Rimkus will come in favor of him. We'll take a look at Rimkus. Lou Rimkus plays tackle and defensive tackle. So now he's going both ways. He's out of Notre Dame. 1st and 10 at the 48. That's a throw and a catch to Kellen Winslow Jr. and a pickup of 21. So Cleveland starting out red hot. 1st and 10. They give it to Brown, and he picks up a first down. That's a gain of 11. Rivas on the tackle. That sets up a 1st and 10 at the 16. Brown again. A shorter gain this time, 4 yards. Lewis on the stop. And it's 2nd and 6 at the 12. Brown. Gain of 1, so he just basically gets back to the line. Jim Benton comes in as a 3rd wide receiver, so he'll be one of the 49s up top. 3rd and 5 at the 11. To Brown. Brown's got the first down, and he's got the touchdown. Number 16 for him on the year, and it's 6-0 Cleveland. Your point after try by Matt Barr, is good, and it's 7-0 Cleveland, and we have 9:49 left, opening quarter. Just getting started. Christie back deep. Again for New York, he takes it just in front of the 5, and he gets out to the 24, from the 6 to the 24, a gain of 18. Show you how New York has done this year. Pull up their team stats and show you that they started out 4-0, then they lost initially to New York to go 4-1, then they lost to Dallas 24-17 a couple weeks ago, and then Seattle throttled them last week 35-15. And after Cleveland, they'll have New England, Green Bay, Philadelphia, and San Diego to finish out the regular season. A 1st and 10 at the 24. This is Tiki on the trap right. And a nice gain for Tiki into the secondary. He has the first down and a pickup of 10. A 1st and 10 now at the 34. We'll go Snell off tackle right just to give Tiki a little rest. And Snell gains 3 yards. And Clay Matthews makes the tackle for Cleveland. It is 2nd and 7. Here's Clay Matthews, father of Clay Matthews, who plays for Green Bay. 2nd and 7 at the 37. It's going to be medium fly route to George Sauer. There he goes. That's a pickup of 13. Cleveland had a double team on Sauer, but Manning beats the double, and it's 1st and 10 at midfield. This is going to be a pitch right with Tiki Barber. And can Barber get around 3 Cleveland defenders? He can. He gains 8 yards, but it's going to come back. Powell called for holding, and we'll make it 1st and 20. This will be a screen. They will look to Snell here for it. And Snell finds space and picks up 18 of those 20 yards needed. And now New York just needs 2 yards for a first on 2nd and 2. Sweep right, Tiki Barber. And Barber with some yards, 6, but
illegal motion. Offense, number 84, 5-yard penalty.
Art Powell called for the illegal motion, and it is 2nd and 7 at the 47 of Cleveland. Tiki on the dive. And Tiki bouncing past that front 7 and into the secondary again, a gain of 6. 3rd and a yard. It's going to be a short play action pass, and they're going to look to Powell. A sack by Rimkus and a loss of 5. That sets up 4th and 6 at the 46. It'd be a 63-yard field goal from here, so Yamps comes in, and he will punt it away. Try to find the sidelines. And it is rolling dead at the 3, and that's where Cleveland takes over. We have 4:45 left opening quarter. It is 7-0 Cleveland with 10 minutes and 15 seconds gone by. See, I nearly gave you the time again. It's Otto Graham giving it to Jim Brown on the transfer. He gains 7, and Jim Brown now at 5 carries and 34 yards on the day. A 2nd and 3 at the 10. Brown again. A fumble. Looked like Cleveland recovered, and they did. Rimkus with the recovery. He's wearing 44. He's playing left tackle on top of playing on the defense right now. So he's going both ways, as I was mentioning earlier. 1st and 10 at the 17. Brown up to 6 carries and 41 yards. This is the Motley, wears 76. And he's got a first down, a pickup of 10. I could challenge, but I will keep the challenges to myself. Jim Brown now behind center in shotgun formation. We'll see what happens here, but a penalty is going to wipe this out.
Number 14, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Looks like they got Jim Brown on the false start, and it is 1st and 15 at the 22. Back to a conventional formation. Brown, another gain of 7, and even against this pretty good New York defense with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players at 10 or more. Cleveland doing well. 2nd and 8 at the 29. They've already gained 107
False
yards.
Start. Offense.
But another
Number
penalty
14,
against Cleveland.
5-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
A false start against the quarterback for the second time in 3 plays. It was Jim Brown under center when the first penalty occurred. Now Otto Graham gets 5 yards for the false start. And it's 2nd and 13 at the 24. Here's a pitch to Brown. Brown again having no trouble getting past the first wave of defenders, and he gains 8 yards. And that sets up a 3rd and 5. 1:34 left in the opening quarter, a 7-0 Cleveland lead. Cleveland trying to get back in that Northern Conference race. Trailing a game to Green Bay right now. Incomplete pass. Really didn't know who Graham was throwing it to, but the ball just hits the field turf here at MetLife, and it's 4th and 5. Gary Collins in the punt. And it's taken on the run, and a nice return here by Tennell. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. And he got in. Touchdown. A punt return of 70 yards. And we're a point away from a new game. Nugent with the point after. It is good. 7-7 with 43 seconds left to go. And here is Metcalf, along with Mitchell and somebody else who I didn't catch, back deep. We'll show you how Cleveland did, because I forgot to do that the last time. They started out with a 30-20 win over Pittsburgh, then a 42-23 win against San Diego, and things have been kind of so-so for them the rest of the year. Their first loss was to Cincinnati, 38-21. Then they won 4 in a row. Lost to Cincinnati again, 38-21. Same score. Then a 24-21 loss at Detroit, and a 56-21 pounding against Chicago up in the Midway. And that's where Cleveland is right now. A 1st and 10 at the 20 as they start their next series. Here's Motley. And Motley's picking up big yardage. He's at the 40. A pickup of 21 to the 41. And Motley, 2 carries and 31 yards. That's the end of the first quarter. We're dead even at 7-7. Cleveland 136 yards. New York at 45. And we get the second quarter started. This is Graham back to pass. Looking for Winslow, but incomplete. Lewis seemed to have got a finger on it. And it's 2nd and 10 at the 41. Graham, screen to Winslow, and he has the first down, a pickup of 12. In that losing effort against Chicago, Graham went 15 of 35, 2 touchdowns, and threw for 258. A 1st and 10 at the 47. This is Gastineau, who gains 4. I'm not Gastineau who gained 4, it was Brown who gained 4. Sorry, folks. Gastineau made the tackle. And it's 2nd and 6 at the 43. I always try to fix my mistakes. This is Brown on the pass. And he gains 18 on the reception. That was his first reception of the game to go with his 9 carries and 60 yards. And now Cleveland moving the ball nicely down to the Giant 25. Motley, incomplete.
Holding. Offense. Number 66, 10-yard penalty.
On top of which, a holding penalty against Tickerson. And that makes it 1st and 20 at the 35. Graham tried to zip it in to Jim Benton, but that falls incomplete. And that makes it a 2nd and 20. Graham, screen. No, he threw it to Benton again, the 19. I saw Bobby Mitchell flanked out in the flat. I thought it was going to be a screen pass to him. It was not. And Cleveland gets 19 of those 20 yards they needed. Now it's just 3rd and a yard. They'll go to Jim Brown. And the defense gets penetration, which is the problem when you try to sweep, or you try any elaborate movement on the offensive line. You're just better off going straight ahead. Otherwise, you give the defense a chance to penetrate blocks. And Cleveland will now have to kick a 37-yard field goal. Here is Barr. He pushed it left. No good. And the Giants take over with 10:47 left to go. A 7-7 tie. And it's going to be Tiki on the trap left. Tiki Barber. And And Tiki explodes for another 14 yards. Tiki not having a bad day, 4 carries and 36 yards. Of course, his brother Rondé was a longtime Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and I believe he is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneer HTFL team. Trap right, Tiki Barber. Of course, the Bucs were the first team to be eliminated from the playoffs this week.
Holding. Offense. Number 74, 10-yard penalty.
Mangold called for holding. It'll be 1st and 20. And we're going to trap it left Tiki again. And this time Tiki's going to pick up 8. James making the tackle from within the secondary, and that's going to set up a 2nd and 12. Medium hitch to George Sauer will be the call. A sack. Johnston came up over the middle and lowered the boom on Eli Manning. Eli must have felt like he was on the Titanic and suddenly found that iceberg. 3rd and 20, the ball at the 31. It's going to be a medium hitch to Richard Castor, which is going to be changed. No, we're going to stick with the play. A blitz is coming either way. There's the throw, incomplete. And it's 4th and 20, and Younce comes on the punt. And it's a shorter kick because now Cleveland has the wind at their backs. The punt went 38, a fair catch by Eric Metcalf. At the 31, we're down to 8:05 left in the first half, and it is 7-7. Brown in the draw play, and that gains 6. That's a delayed run when the quarterback is acting like he's going to throw, but he just gives it off to the running back and tries to confuse the defense that way. 2nd and 4 at the 37. This is Marion Motley. That's a gain of a yard. That sets up 3rd and 3, and the ball is resting at the 38-yard line. With 7:09 left, Graham's going to scramble this time. He will be short of the first down, only gaining a yard. Harry Carson makes the tackle for the Giants. 4th and a deuce. We'll watch for the fake punt. We'll return it. Tennell, who had the punt return for the touchdown, catches this at the 10 and loses 2 on the return. 51-yard punt, a 53-yard net, and the Giants start from their own 8. We have 5:46 left opening quarter, a 7-7 tie. This is a pitch to Barber, who took it at the end zone and got the first down, a pickup of 14. So Barber also picking up yards in bunches, kind of like how Jim Brown is doing for Cleveland. This is going to be a pitch right, Tiki Barber, 1st and 10. And this time he loses yards as Clay Matthews converges. Didn't lose yardage, but it was no gain. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing lost. 2nd and 10. Screen to Barber. And Barber will get the first down there. He picks up 14. That's Barber's first catch of the day. Manning is 3 of 5 for 45 yards. He hasn't really been throwing the ball much because they think that they can run the ball on Cleveland. Slant to Castor, 1st and 10. And this is complete to Sauer, who gains 12 on the check down. And it's now 1st and 10 at the 48. Tiki Barber trapped to the left side away from the tight end, and he bounces to the left side, picks up 3. James is out for the game for Cleveland, and that brings in Cliff Lewis. He was a quarterback and a defensive back who played on some of the early Browns teams. He will be wearing 62, and he will be playing safety. 2nd and 7. Barber, trap right. And I think Barber has fumbled, and it is recovered by Cleveland.
Offsides, defense.
But it's coming back.
5-yard penalty.
Offsides against the defense, so that will not count, and it'll be a 2nd and 2. Good time to go deep. Play action bomb to Powell, who wears 84. Instead, it's a dump off to Snell. He gains 8 in the first down. And we will go to the 2-minute warning. Both teams with 3 timeouts left and a 7-7 tie. Trapped right, Tiki Barber, I'm sorry. That's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5, and now they'll go no huddle. A medium pass to Powell on 2nd and 5. That's caught. And a gain of 13. 1:36 on the clock. Screen, Barber. That's caught. 20, 10, 8, 6-yard line. And the Giants have still not called a timeout. They will do so now. 1:09 to go. Barber, trap right. Back to the line, and that's it. So the Giants will have to hurry again. Short pass, Powell. And Barber has a touchdown. They check down the Barber. Barber caught it at about the 2 or 3 and goes in from 6 yards out. And it's 13-7. Your point after try. Good by Barr. 14-7 with 48 seconds left in the half. Metcalf, Mitchell, and Motley back deep. And this is returned by Metcalf, but the play will come back. An illegal block against Dixon, and that makes it 1st and 10 at the 21 for Cleveland. They have all 3 timeouts. A fumble recovered by Cleveland,
number 60, 10-yard penalty.
but a holding penalty is going to make it 1st and 20 at the 11. 31 seconds to go. Over the middle and caught by Winslow, 15 yards. Will Cleveland burn their timeouts? They will not. So this could be the last play. Graham sacked by Lawrence Taylor. And that'll do it for the first half. Well, maybe not. And no, it will do it for the first half. Your score at the end of the first half is 14-7 New York, and I will be right back. See, I told you I wouldn't be gone long. So Cleveland, trying to stay in first place in the Eastern Conference. So far, they're doing it. 14-7. They lead New York. They have 146 yards, a total offense, 21 plays. Cleveland has run 24 plays, 201 yards. They get the ball to start the second half. Here is Eric Metcalf back deep, and he will take it. The return from the 3 to the 22, he picks up 19 yards. So it's 1st and 10. The Browns trail by 7. Motley gets the ball. Gain of 3. He is at now, well, we would show you his stats, but he's off the field, and they have brought in Bobby Mitchell, who has 1 carry and 28 yards, and that's it. Throw to Winslow, incomplete. May have been caught.
Review, the ball was secured before
it was.
It hit the ground. The pass is complete. No timeout will be charged.
So that's the 4th catch of the day for Winslow, getting him to 65 yards, and Graham is 6 of 9, 102. 1st and 10 at the 42. Here's Brown into the secondary. Past Sanders. Well, actually, Sanders made the tackle. A gain of 20. And now they're teasing Brown under center on the shotgun formation. A 1st and 10 at the 38. I'll play the run here. And that's going to be a pickup of 3. Lewis makes the tackle. Mo Lewis for the Giants. It's 2nd and 7 at the 35 for this New York All-Star team on defense. Gain of 7 for Brown. And Patton made the tackle. A 1st down, Cleveland at the 28 of New York. They trail by 7, but for how long? Brown, another pickup of 5. Brown's now up to 97 yards rushing on the day. And Winslow has the most catches, it looks like, with 4. And there's 100 yards for Jim Brown. That pickup of 13 will get him to 110 on his 15th carry. Of course, Brown was leading in rushing most of the year. And now we have Leroy Kelly under center. This will be interesting. I'm going to play the run. Kelly tries to throw, but incomplete to Paul Warfield. 2nd and goal at the 10. Kelly gets the handoff, and he gets down to the 3 after a pickup of 7. 3rd and goal at the 3. Caught by Winslow. He has a touchdown. And the Browns cut the lead to a point. Graham has his first touchdown throwing of the day, and it is 14-13. Here's your point try by Barr, and it is blocked by Lawrence Taylor. So how about that? The score will remain 14-13. And somebody is kicking in the place of Lou Groza. Maybe we will find out who in the highlights here. This is return. Barr is the new kickoff man, and with Groza being injured. The return 27 yards by Christie. Schaffner makes the tackle at the 29. So New York will start 1st and 10 from there. Manning is 8 out of 10, 96 yards. He really hasn't thrown it all that much. Tiki Barber to the right side, off tackle, pickup of 5. 2nd and 5. Medium fly to Sauer. That's a catch if it stands, because we have a penalty.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense. Number 29, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
They get Dixon, or the face mask, at the more flagrant type of 15 yards. It's 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 33. Long slant to Sauer. Manning checks down instead to Castor, who gains 10, and it's good for the 1st down. We'll put a man in motion this time, go short pass. And we're going to look to Don Maynard, who is the 3rd wide receiver. He wears 13. And Maynard has it. And it's another 1st down. Pickup of 10. And Manning now 11 of 13, 134 yards. Back to a more conventional formation. This is Barber, off tackle right. A blitz coming, so we're going to run the screen. And hope it'll work. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. It's Barber, off tackle right side. And that is a gain of 6. Chip Banks hurt for a few plays. They'll bring in Tony Adamle. We talked about him earlier in the season. He is the father of Mike Adamle, who many of you will remember from American Gladiators and football commentary, and maybe his work as the commissioner of the WWE at one point. Trap right on 3rd and 4. Barber's going to be in the clear, and he'll have the touchdown easy. Tiki Barber out of Virginia. And that makes it 20-13. That's his first touchdown of the day. Rushing, he had one receiving earlier. The extra point good by Nugent. And it's 21-13. We have 6:33 left. Taken at the goal line. That was Metcalf. The return 23 to the 23. And with 6:21 left, the Browns still only trail by 1 score. They trail by 8. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here. There's the throw, incomplete. Winslow and Warfield in the same space, but the ball finds neither of those two, and it's incomplete. Brown now 7 of 12 for 105 yards. Both teams have really kept it on the ground for the most part. Although New York has only run 28 plays, and they have been 14 rushes, 14 passes. That pass incomplete. Graham was looking for Winslow, 3rd and 10. Ball to 23. Here's your throw to Warfield, short of the first.
Encroachment, defense.
But they'll get another shot at it.
99, 5-yard penalty.
As they get Gastineau for a false start. 3rd and 5 at the 28. Don't be giving the referees the business, Mark. 3rd and 5 at the 20. Might as well explain that story. As Graham threw to Benton for 12 yards in the first down. Very famously, I think this was 1984 or 1985, probably 85, because Jim Kelly was still playing in the USFL in 84, and I think Buffalo had picked them up in 85. One of their first games was with the Jets, and it was at the Meadowlands. We'll run the first down play here. Incomplete. Mark Gastineau got into a fight with Jim Kelly, and it was a situation where Kelly was kind of down on the ground, and Gastineau was roughing him up with punches in a superior position. So Ben Drive, who was a great referee back in his day, called personal foul number 99. He was giving him business down there, and in other words, he was saying he was roughing him up. So that was always one of the great calls I always thought by a referee. 2nd and 10 at the 40. There's your throw. And then there was a game, I would say, 20, 25 years later, and it was like a college game. I think it involved North Carolina State, and the official working that was describing what was going on in the fight, kind of similar to what was going on with the Gastineau-Kelly fight, and he said, he's giving them the business. 3rd and 10 at the 40. That's a throw and a catch to Winslow. He gains 12, and that's a first down. 1st and 10 at the Giant 48. And this is Jimmy Brown picking up 4 yards to go to 114 on the day. 2nd and 6 at the 44. Brown again. Pick up a 5. Sanders on the tackle. Pete Brewster will come in for a double tight end set here on 3rd and 1 from the 39. Guess who they're going to give the ball to? And I was right. Jim Brown, pick up a 4. Sam Huff on the tackle, and it's 1st and 10 at the 35. Throw and a catch to Warfield. He picks up 20. Motley hurt on the last play. He is out for the game. So Mike Pruitt, I'm sorry. There were a lot of Pruitts in the NFL back in the 80s. This is going to be, we'll see him here. Out of Purdue, it is Mike Pruitt. A 1st and 10 at the 15. I think he had a brother, Greg, who played for the Raiders for a while. This is Pruitt here. And he is down at the 2. I believe that is the first carry he has had all season. We will look it up. Yeah, he has not had any playing time yet. 1st and goal at the 2. To Pruitt, and Pruitt, on his second carry in HTFL play, has his first touchdown. So somebody saved that game ball. It is 21-19. Cleveland thinks it's too early to go for 2. They're going to try for the single here, and it is blocked again. Jason Pierre-Paul with the block, and the score remains 21-19. So Cleveland missing 2 extra points, and now they kick off. And this is going to be returned to the 33 by Christie. And New York will start from there. Trap right, Tiki Barber. And another nice gain. That's a pickup of 5. He goes to 89. Hang on, folks. Is that 89 or 85? Looks like 89. See, this is what happens when you get old, folks. Your eyes go bad. Yeah, 89. I can confirm it was 89 yards he has now. Slant to Sauer on 2nd and 5 from the double tight end set. Manning back to throw. Intercepted. Let's check the return. Johnson all the way down to the 13. Mike Johnson, his second pick of the year. And now Cleveland in business for the final play of the 3rd quarter at the New York 13. Brown gains 3. He's at 20 carries and 126 yards. We have played 3 quarters. It's 21-19 New York, and this shapes up to be an excellent finish. Cleveland, 354 yards on the day on 47 plays. New York has only called 31 and has only gained 207. But they lead on the scoreboard, and Cleveland now looking for the lead themselves. 2nd and 7 at the 10. Pruitt, back to the line. That's it. Lewis on the tackle for New York. A 3rd and 7. Brown, over the middle. He's wide open for the score. And that is touchdown number 17 for Brown to make it a 25-21 game. Now, Cleveland will go for 2. Probably kicking themselves for not going for 2 earlier. And Brown is in for the 2-point conversion. And we have a 27-21 game with the 8 Cleveland just picked up. And we all know, watching TV back in the 70s and 80s, that 8 is enough. Vic Christie back. Did I say Vic Christie? I think Vic Christie was a 50s, 60s wrestler. Well, anyway, Christie, he gains 18 yards. And I'm going to check on the first name there of Mr. Christie. Hang on. Folks. Here's Christie. Dick Christie. That's who he is. Like I said, Vic Christie must have been, I think, was a journeyman wrestler back in the 50s or 60s. 1st and 10 at the New York 25. New York with the ball. So, Tiki Barber was going to get it, but a false start.
Number 76, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Snee with a false start, and it's 1st and 15 at the 20. This is going to be a screen to Barber. And Barber, with a lot of running room. That catch was for 24 yards, moving Barber to 4 catches and 89 yards. I was looking to see if I could do an end around, but let's not do that. Back to Christie on the sweep. And this is going to be another nice gain, 4 yards. Clay Matthews on the tackle for Cleveland. So the Giants trailing by 6. A touchdown would be nice. Art Powell on the medium slant. And that is caught by Sauer, who picks up 7, and it's good for the first down. We have 12:23 left in regulation time. Trap left, Barber. And that's going to be another gain, 3 yards. He's now at 96 on the day. We're going to go long out to Sauer. With a blitz coming, we're going to change it to a medium slant to Sauer in the double tight end set. It is caught by Snell. Snell fumbles, but it was recovered by Rich Castor. The gain total was 6 yards. That sets up 3rd and 1. They'll go double, full house, and they're going to look to Curtis Martin here on an off tackle right. And Martin, with his first carry of the day, gets the first down, a gain of 2. We'll go Barber, trap right, 1st and 10 at the 34. And Barber with some more yards, and he goes over 100 on the day at 103. So both teams have rushed the ball more than they have thrown the ball, with New York now at 19 rushes and 18 passes. They haven't had much time of possession, I don't think. Yeah, they are 22-58 right now, and Cleveland is at 27-26. We'll update that at the end of the game. Trap right, Barber, second down, and about to be a first down. 2nd and 3 that was. That's another gain of 14. And Barber at 117 on the day. That is a season high. And it's 1st and 10. The ball at the 13, as we were alluding to just a moment ago. This is going to be a pitch right to Matt Snell. Giants want to keep pounding the ball here. And this is a 7-yard gain. Setting up a 2nd and 3. Back to Snell on a dive. With a blitz coming, we're going to make a Snell screen here. Manning back. Throwing. And it's picked off. Mike Johnson, his 2nd of the day, his 3rd of the season. And that might prove large for Cleveland, as they have a 1st and 10 at the 28. 2 turnovers in the game, both of them New York's. A gain of 7 for Pruitt, and that is Sanders on the stop for New York. A 2nd and 3 at the 35. This is a give to Jim Brown. Brown gains a yard. He's at 137 on the day. It is now 3rd and 2 at the 36. We have 6:21 to go. He said. Graham back to throw. And that's an interception. Returned for a touchdown. Patton. First pick of the year. And we have a tie game, folks. Just like that. Get myself in the right box. Nugent for the lead. Oh, that just barely crept inside the left upright. Good. And it is 28-27. So we have a whale of a game here. 5:38 left. Metcalf back deep for Cleveland. And now Cleveland with their first turnover of the day. And it is paid off of an instant reward for New York. New York's had a punt return and an interception return, both for touchdowns. 1st and 10 at the 20. They lead. New York leads 28-27. 3-yard gain. Pruitt on the rush, and Kerry Carson brings him down on the tackle. 2nd and 7, ball to 23. This is Jim Brown, a first down, a pickup of 7. We will challenge the spot.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
So that was a successful challenge. Both teams out of challenges, but they still have all 3 timeouts. 3rd and inches at the 30. This is a pitch to Brown. Will Brown get the first? No! 2-yard loss. And that fires up the crowd here at MetLife Stadium. 4th and 2. I will watch for the fake, because this is the kind of thing I always do. Tunnel. Or Tunnell, a return of a yard. And with 3:51 left to go, the Giants lead by a point. They have it at their own 33. Probably going to see a lot of Tiki Barber here. Barber, 4 yards off the right side. Dixon on the tackle. And it is now 2nd and 6. And New York will go slow. Snell, dive. 2nd and 6. Gain of 2. A 3rd and 4. 2:58 to go. Sorry, folks, I had a coughing spell. Pitch left, Tiki Barber. So try to keep it on the ground. And this is going to be a first down for Barber. And a pickup of 13. So now they have it at the Cleveland 48. They'll let the clock go to the 2-minute warning. Now you want to run the ball 3 times regardless. Dive, Tiki Barber. And that is a gain of 4. And on 21 carries, he has 138 yards. Stretch play. Cleveland did call a timeout to Snell on 2nd and 6. That is a fumble recovered by Mangold.
Number 83,
but the hold
10-yard penalty
by Sauer is going to set up a 2nd and 16. I think you still run the ball here. See if I'm right. Trap right, Tiki Barber. Go back to him. Gain of 5.
Holding offense.
But another hold.
88, 10-yard penalty.
You still want to run the ball here. 2nd and 26. It's going to be a cab ride from Teaneck. But does it matter? Inside run. Barber gets loose a little bit. He gains 9. And he goes over Jim Brown on the day with 147 yards to Brown's 142. Cleveland has called their second to last timeout. They have 1 left. It's 3rd and 17. You don't dare throw the ball here. I would go trap left. I know they need 17 yards. It's a gain of 6. And it's 4th and 11 at the 49. You bring Younts in the punt, and you hope your defense holds. Punt went out of bounds at the 11, so here's the game. Gary Collins comes in as a 4th wideout. Jim Brown stays in as the sole running back. 1st and 10 at the 11. Cleveland's got to get it in field goal range, but they have no timeouts, and for some reason they give it to Jim Brown. 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. That's going to chew a lot of time off the clock. Graham throws, incomplete.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat, 2nd down.
But they lose time. They're now down to 46 seconds. Offsetting penalties really doesn't help you. Graham looking for Benton, and Sample got in the way of that. Johnny Sample. 3rd and 16. We're down to 41 seconds. Cleveland still got to go a long way. Bobby Mitchell could not hold on to that one. Incomplete. Here's your game. 4th and 6. That's caught by Collins. A gain of 25, his longest of the season. He gets out of bounds, and Cleveland still have a little bit of life with 28 seconds to go. Graham. Sacked by Weinmeister. Loss of 11. And Cleveland may not be able to run another play. Let's see. No, that's it. That is it. It is over. And New York has prevailed 28-27. One of those missed extra points did Cleveland in. Cleveland now falls to 7-5. If Baltimore wins, they could take over first place in the lower north. And we'll get to the team stats again in a moment. We want to show you player of the game was Tiki Barber. And you see what happened there. It was 14-7 New York. Then Cleveland took the lead at 14:08 gone by, left to play in the 4th. Make it 27-21, and then Patton got the interception return for the 28-27 lead in the eventual win. Now we'll show you the team stats. 398 for Cleveland in total yards, 319 for New York. Both teams were perfect in the red zone except one time. Cleveland went 4 out of 5. New York went 2 out of 3. 3 turnovers in the game, 18 penalties. Cleveland ran 59 plays. New York only ran 46, but that didn't really translate in time of possession. Cleveland only had it 32:03. We'll go over the team stats. The better rated quarterback was Eli Manning at 78.9, but both quarterbacks struggled. Both running backs played well. Brown 146 yards on 25 carries. Barber 147 yards on 22. Winslow was the leading receiver, 6 catches, 80 yards. Of course, Patton had the defensive touchdown, and Tennell had the punt return for a touchdown, and that really helped the Giants' cause both ways. The leading tackler was Clay Matthews with 9. So let's look at the standings, and then we'll get you to the next 5 games and run you through those. New York now 9-3. They will be a game ahead of New York at 8-4, and it looks like the top 4 seeds in the Eastern will be New York, Washington, St. Louis, and New England will be 4th. And it doesn't look like anybody will be able to catch one of the 7 and 5 teams. Cleveland now goes to 7-5, so a Baltimore win puts them in first place in the lower north. And Green Bay will still be leading, it looks like, unless Minnesota wins and Green Bay loses, which could happen. And that's where we are in all of that. Coming up in the next 5 nights of HTFL football, I will probably be taping games at least Wednesday and Thursday, maybe do the Friday game live, we will see. Is Tennessee and Minnesota, Pittsburgh and Kansas City, Philadelphia and Dallas, Baltimore at Denver next Monday, and a week from tonight, San Francisco travels to Arizona. We hope you enjoyed these last 54 minutes and 5 seconds that I have been bringing you this game. Until later on, this has been Big Paul. Godspeed and God bless, and we'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.